What's up, Reefers? Welcome back to another episode. We're still here in Louisiana. We're supposed to be working, but it's nice weather. I'm sitting outside, and every time I show up to someone's house, they got something comfortable for me to relax, so I don't want to go to work. Anyhow, we're at Jaeden's house. I hear he's got a 310-gallon tank. It's a Softy LPS tank. It's been running for a little over a year. He invited us over to come check it out. So we're going to go inside and ask him a bunch of questions. Come in with me. Let's go, guys. Come on. Jaeden, what's up, buddy?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man. So we're back in Louisiana, right? And somebody told us we gotta come check out this 300, how big is the tank?
310.
310-gallon tank. It's a Softy mix LPS tank. And you got some crazy corals and you got some crazy fish here, man. So question that I ask everyone, how long you been in the hobby?
So 2009, this year will be 15 years.
15 years.
Yep.
And how long has this tank been running?
This tank is right at about a year old.
A year old?
Yep.
What were you running before this?
Right in this place, I had a 125 that was mostly softies, and I had that up for about 3 years.
3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So from a 125 to a 310, that's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, you don't think going from 6 feet of glass to 8 feet of glass is that big, but it's a lot more to scrape every day.
Bigger water changes, a lot more to clean the glass.
More chemicals.
More fish to feed, right?
Yep.
But it's well rewarding, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna start with your fish because you got some amazing, super healthy fish here. So the first one is the Villamingi right there. You tell me you pet him like a dog, right? Like he let you pet him?
Yeah, he eats food out of my hand. He'll pet him.
You got a hybrid powder blue back there?
Yep.
I see a beautiful Achilles, Regal Tang. You have Lyretel Antias, and then you have a long fin black clown.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? Same
so that's
thing?
a gladiator.
Gladiator?
And then just a regular orange ocellaris.
All right, and I see two Bangor Cardinals,
Mm-hmm.
Royal Grama,
Mm-hmm.
good old convict Tang. Can't go wrong with him.
Yep.
Yellow Tang, which you say your wife loves it, right?
Yep.
I love yellow tangs, man. It's one of my favorite. And for critters, I see you have a cleaner shrimp back there.
Yeah, so I've got a pair of cleaners. One of my favorites is this red serpent star. And then
Does he come out when you eat?
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about some of your corals. I can tell some of your favorites are torches. How many different torches do you have here?
Last time I counted, I've got about 20.
This one around here, you guys been calling it Holy Grail. I call it Banana Grail. I think it's better than a Holy Grail. And you were telling me that you've been pretty busy with life. You used to have aquaporas up here and they died. So you had a baby recently.
Yep.
How old is the baby?
6 weeks today.
All right, the reason why I'm asking that is you were telling me that you frag the zoas and they grow so fast that by the you plan on taking them to the fish store, by the time you get to the rack, you realize they're growing all over the rack and they never make it to the fish store because they're encrusting all over the place.
Yeah.
I can see you got a little warfare going on with zoanthus right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this trachyphilia you got here with this meat coral that looks so happy, especially this one. This Welsophilia right here is just going crazy, man. Most people don't like this, but I love them. Grandis polytoas, you got the neon green and you got the brown ones.
Yeah.
They can be dangerous with the polytoxin, but other than that, they grow. They're super easy to keep. They're beautiful. If you keep them in a tank with high nutrients, with no flow, I've seen them reach 2.5, 3 inches across. I mean, they look gigantic. And then I see you got some bubble tips up there. Is that what kind? Is a regular bubble tip?
Yeah, a mix of red, some rainbows, and they just kind of, go about their own business and move where they want to.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm asking is normally you have one big one, it's kind of like getting big, but this one seems to split a lot. And do you have a name for this leather right here?
Nope.
So different. The base is so neon green. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so this leather it was brown and pale, and I've had it for about 2 years, and in that spot under the lights, it's been really happy and
it's
popping
different.
some crazy colors.
It's different. I love the way it's sitting there, how tall it's sitting. I mean, it's pretty cool. You got this little mushroom island with the Aiken Island, but the coolest thing to me is that you got a little basket with some zinnia trying to keep it contained.
Mm-hmm.
You say your wife loves the zinnia.
Mm-hmm.
But aren't you afraid that it's going to continue to spread? Because I see it spreading here a little bit already.
Yeah, usually whenever I do a water change, I'll go and try to pick it up as it spreads. But, I like flow in a tank. And, I think it's okay to have a good mix of everything in the tank and not just one type of coral.
So let me ask you, I saw you feeding the fish earlier. What do you feed the tank normally?
So I'll feed, I feed a lot of rods.
Okay.
I'll also do some of the Hikari frozen. If I'm feeling lazy, I've got a couple pellets that I'll throw in there. And then I try to do seaweed right when the lights come on, first thing to keep the tanks happy.
And how often do you feed?
Every day.
Every day?
Every now and then we'll have a date night that runs late and I won't feed, but I would say 7 days a week pretty consistently. Okay. Some people probably disagree with me. I use Reef on this.
Okay.
And that keeps everything kind of in check. I like bright well, so.
Reef, that's from Tropic Marine?
Yes.
Okay.
And I use a Tropic Marine salt on here as well.
Oh, Tropic Marine. And how often you do water changes, as you mentioned, salt?
I'd lie and say every month, but probably closer to every 6 weeks.
So every 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. Okay, and how much do you change when you do?
So I have a 44-gallon brute, so probably right at about 40 gallons.
So how do you deliver your calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium into this tank?
So right now,
Reef?
I just use Reef. If you peek in there, I've got the big Reef Octopus 7-inch
calcium reactor?
Yep, I've got it set up. I just haven't turned it on.
So my advice will be right now, just stick with the Reef. If you start getting SPS and the tank starts taking off again, once you get enough demand, then you're gonna have to deal with that. So I see you have a hydros controller from Coralview.
Yep.
How long have you had it?
So I've had it since right when it came out, which is about 8 months or so.
8 months?
For the IV, and then you can't see it. It's mounted underneath the tank to kind of save some space.
So what do you control with that?
So the IV, so that'll control the Reef. It tests alkalinity, tests salinity, okay. And then the rest of the hydros platform will do like my filter rollers, and then it'll do pretty much everything else on the tank.
And how often the controller tests your alkalinity?
I want to say every 3 hours.
And does it make adjustments, or you make your own adjustments?
I make my own adjustments. It has the capability, but I like to kind of do it by hand, and that's one of the things I don't like to automate.
Okay, and then you got the 2 various pumps, return pumps?
Yeah, Varios 8s.
And then protein skimmer, that thing looks pretty big.
Yeah.
Same one that Mo has. And then what do you have here, an auto top off?
Yeah, it's just a regular auto top off. 20 gallons, I go through that probably in about 6 to 8 days, just depending on the weather. 6
to 8 days. Mm-hmm. And then these are the clear?
Yep, the clear roller mats.
Okay, those are by Coralview as well?
Yep, and the hydros actually controls those as well.
And for flow, what do you have for flow?
So I have 4 of the gyres, the latest version, 350s.
350s?
And then the wave engine controls those as well.
Okay, more than enough flow, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I only run them at about 30 to 40%.
So let's look at your lights real quick, Jaeden. So you have Radion Gen 4s?
Yep, that's the Gen 4's always been my favorite. I've got 6 of them.
You know what, one thing is worth mentioning, every time I go to different areas, you guys all reef the same. So I went to Mo's house, you guys got the same protein skimmer. You guys roughly got the same fish.
Yep.
You guys got a Villamingi. You guys got a Regal tank. You guys got a powder blue. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's very similar ways to reefing, which is cool to see because we influence each other, right?
Yep.
So if all of a sudden I'm in Orlando, and if you notice, a lot of people reef our style, like Worldwide Costa, because we're the ones that made a lot of these people get into the hobby. So it's something cool to notice. I went to Texas, everyone used the same chemicals. You go to California, they use different builders for tanks.
Yep.
They use different rocks. And so it's like you see the pockets, I call it pockets of different brands and different styles that people use.
One of the most important things in reefing that I think people may or may not take advantage of is having fellow reefers to get information from. Find a community. In Louisiana, we have Bayou Reef Keeping.
Yeah.
That's the one I help run. It's been around for going on about 15 years now.
Okay.
But you know, find some reefers, find somebody who has a tank that looks like you, and then do what they do, you know.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you
guys
for coming. Appreciate it, man. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give us a like. Post some comments below. If you want to know more questions about this tank, maybe you can help us answer some of them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't forget, guys, on June 22nd and June 23rd, we're going to be in Reefapalooza, New York. Come say hi to our booth. Me and Josh are going to be there. We're going to be giving away a bunch of t-shirts. Hopefully, we'll see you then. See you guys.